We were off to the city of Porto. And this was one of those times that following the Germans didn't pay off, as we got on the wrong bus. In fairness, it wasn't Sinya's fault. The bus driver told us later that the information on the front of the bus was wrong, but the one on the side was working. He reluctantly said that we could return with him the correct way, but first he made us get off the bus, stand outside whilst he had a cigarette, and then he made us walk 10 metres down the road where he drove the bus to, and then we could get back on. Portuguese bus drivers are not as friendly as Spanish ones. We saw the funny side of it, as we'd have never have seen this IKEA without that little detour. We finally arrived in the city and we went to explore. The kids had never seen anything like this sweet shop. And this, it looked like a sweet shop too, but it was actually a sardine shop. I loved these, but not very practical for a boat. We really didn't have much of a plan, apart from seeing as many tiled buildings as we could, my plan, and we had seen a video of Jamie Oliver visiting Porto. He had tried all the different foods, and the one thing he tried that caught our eye was the famous Porto sandwich, the Francesinha, and this was the place to try it. It is a heart-stopping 2 pieces of white bread filled with a steak, sausage, ham, wrapped in cheese with an egg on the top and a beer sauce and a load of chips. It was a busy little place.
I destroyed the egg. That sandwich! It is so good.
Tilly?
I'm so glad we came in. It has got a peculiar taste.
What's your verdict?
It is fantastic. I would come here again.
What's your verdict, Darcy?
It's the best sandwich in the world.
I wasn't that keen on it, and nor was Eric, so Hugh had a lot of leftovers to finish. Hugh surrounded by all the plates that he had to
I feel sick.
We had a lot of walking to do to work that off. Luckily, there was a lot to see, including this cool dude and all of these lovely shop fronts. Not to mention the architecture, the presence of Christmas, and all the tiled buildings. There appeared to be a lot of building work going on and lots of scaffolding obscuring the city, but it didn't spoil our enjoyment too much. Just like the Spanish, they like their dead pig. As we ambled around, we got to see some live art, some a little stranger than others. Yes, they are live birds sat on various perches whilst a man with an umbrella turns a handle of a giant music box. There were giant murals to see, and lots of artists going about their business, interspersed with buskers and human statues.
Feel my way to the darkness.
After all that walking and tree climbing, we didn't mind a visit to the sweet shop, especially as these were made from vegetables. Ignoring the fact that this is a McDonald's, these buildings are beautiful. But we are always drawn to the water. Luckily, there was loads to see along the riverbank. This was probably my favourite part of the city, a bustling throng of art and beauty, mixed with trade. This poor guy was singing his heart out only to have a woman shouting, "Chestnuts!" all the way through. We went through the market and then stumbled upon these amazing dancers. They then pulled Tilly up as a volunteer. Copy him! These guys were incredible. It was growing dark, so we made our way back to the bus, although there was still more to see. This is the train station and houses these beautiful tiled murals. Pizza tea, the last few slices evenly divided, just as it should be, and then back to the bus.
I feel like it's 8 o'clock.
It's exactly the same thing we saw in the other marina. It looks exactly
Very
the same.
similar. It's not quite the same. It's very similar, isn't it? Very pretty.
The next day, we wanted more, so we headed back to town. But this time we had a plan. We went to the concert hall, where the Holst Suite was being performed. Look, I get the irony here, but I was pretty annoyed at having to watch most of the concert through somebody else's iPhone screen as they held it up in front of me trying to video the whole thing. I doubt they'll ever watch it again. All right, Grandma. Anyway, that aside, it was great. We went for lunch and we met this guy who is from Rugby, a town near our hometown. It turns out that we know his music teacher. Hi, Sheila. He recommended these pastries, a really good choice. More tiles. Just look at how beautiful this place is. I would definitely recommend it. My camera battery died about this point, so we moved on to Hugh's phone. We met up with 5 Gone Sailing, who were here for a few days, having left their boat in Sada as they were flying home for Christmas. This is the only snap I managed to get. We said our goodbyes and we headed over the bridge to check out the other side. It was just as beautiful. We headed back over before stopping off to buy some souvenirs to send back home for Christmas. Cork is a big deal here, so that's what we got. What a tiring but brilliant few days. The next day, we motored round into the river to get some diesel. Here are the prices for anyone who wants to know. And we took Jan's advice and we filtered it.
Jan, filtering, getting cramp in all my legs and my arms. This is taking probably about 25 minutes to do the whole lot. It's a lot slower than we normally do it, but it's worth doing. There's already, you can see tiny little bits of dirt floating around. It's all stuff that's not going to go into our filters.
We then went and anchored as the following day we would be leaving. The next day, Hugh took the dinghy ashore to get some supplies.
Got nearly 70 euros worth of shopping. It's quite heavy. I'm on the move.
I've no idea what he's on about here as the microphone on his phone has stopped working. It looks quite interesting though. You can see how mighty the flow is here. He made it back in time to sort another problem. As I tried to raise the anchor, it jumped out of the runner and it got wedged.
The chain was wrapping behind the boat, which Kel didn't notice, and then it's got stuck here. So I've taken the slack off each side, got a slack chain, and now I'm using, I could go and get a hammer and a mallet, but before I do that, I've got a nice big chunky bit of metal here to hand. I'm just trying to hammer the thing out. It might need a crowbar, which I have, but it's below. There we go, it's coming. There we go.
Oh, goodness.
You see the damage it's done there though.
Shit.
Yep, it's alright, it's Esperance, it's covered in it. Look at this other bit we did the other week. This is from, everyone's got a stain, Kel. This one's Dartmouth. There.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That one's Porto. This boat's falling apart. Chris and Chris had it before us and they did a lovely job of sorting out so much stuff, and I feel like we're just trashing it.
All sorted and time to go. A hardy team of sea kayakers. Look at them go. This passage was quite lumpy. You see all those black clouds? This was another time that I was glad we weren't following the Germans, as they were inside that, and we managed to skirt around it.
Rocks look like metal.
This is 3 metre waves out here. 2.5, 3 metre.
Okay.
When a big storm happened, we were inside it. 10 metre waves here. They would have been completely covering that entire lighthouse. You wouldn't have been able to see it from the water.
We rounded the corner and headed to our anchorage near Alviero. It looks a bit like a military base, I think it is. We had missed Jan, Sinja and the boys. They had family visiting, so we hadn't seen much of them in the past week. It was great to go and catch up.
We're coming aboard!
Hello.
And the last
Yeah, the last bit was great.
It means we can watch. We also filled the water tank yesterday.
We watched the sun go down together and we were treated to fireworks.
Oh, fireworks! Fireworks!
Fireworks! Where? Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Nice little bonus.
Just for us.
Yeah!
Welcome to wherever we are. Alviero.
However you say it in
And
Portuguese.
together with a lighthouse.
Right.
That's quite a lot. That's good.
Before heading home for tea.
Oh, lovely alfresco dining in the evening.
I heard it was cold in England. It's like -3 degrees.
-3 degrees in England.
But it's warm here.
It is warm here.
It's like snow in England.
Yeah.
And
Happy Advent.
December the 1st.